Welcome to Christmas Eve 1983 with host Sammy Bland. Featuring high school choirs from throughout the Channel 3 viewing area. Christmas Eve 1983 is sponsored by progressive businesses throughout northwestern Virginia and eastern West Virginia. And now, here's your host for tonight's program, Sammy Bland.
Merry Christmas to you and your family and to everyone from all of us here at Channel 3. We hope it'll be a wonderful Christmas holiday. Frankly, our family is expecting a tremendous holiday. All of the children, grandchildren will all be here. We're happy to have with us this evening Carol Butler and Kathy Brown, who will be helping me bring some messages of good cheer from many of our wonderful sponsors on Channel 3. The most important portion of our program, though, will be devoted, as we do each year, to many of the high school choirs from throughout the Channel 3 viewing area. You may have seen each of them will be doing a 30-minute program this Christmas season, but we have chosen some selections that are somewhat highlights of those programs, so that during this next hour, you might get an opportunity to see every one of them. And then Phil Updike, who did the choosing for us this year, tells us that he has a real surprise for us in a final group, not a high school choir, but someone that I have not seen, but he thinks that we will all enjoy seeing. So we hope that you'll sit back and relax, you and the family, and let's wish each other a Merry Christmas for the next hour. Listen to some wonderful music, watch some wonderful young people perform for us, and also enjoy some heartfelt Christmas greetings from many of our sponsors, such as Franklin Enterprises in Franklin, West Virginia. One of the most pleasant things that happens during the holiday season is the spontaneous Merry Christmas greetings we give and receive from friends and strangers alike. This greeting comes to you from John, Julie, and everyone else at Franklin Enterprises. Thank you for a great 1983, and we look forward to a better 1984.
As the brilliancy of the Star of Bethlehem, may your holiday season and New Year be bright. The days of our lives are a jeweled chain, ever kept lustrous by the divine love which began with the birth of Jesus almost 2,000 years ago. This message of hope comes to you from Thompson Motel in Franklin, West Virginia. Paul Morton and his staff thank you for your patronage in 1983 and offer best wishes for 1984.
In this modern time, when the security of modern life is being undermined, it becomes increasingly important to remember that family scene in the stable and to make it the center of your Christmas holiday. Wishes for a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year come to you from Grant County Bank in Petersburg.
The Alt family and the staff of the Monarch Supermarket in Petersburg, West Virginia, would like to take this opportunity to thank you for your patronage in 1983. They look forward to serving you in 1984. Merry Christmas and a very prosperous New Year from all of the friendly folks at Monarch Supermarket in Petersburg, West Virginia. Our first high school choir, and one that has been with us for a number of years, and we're so happy to have them back this year, the Franklin, West Virginia High School Choir. And they are directed by Lois Byers. Lois has chosen for us this year a selection that we know that you'll enjoy. It's entitled Slumber, Infant Jesus.
It's 65 degrees and mostly cloudy at present. There's also a good chance of some thunderstorms this afternoon. We'll have more on that weather forecast in just a moment. Now let's take a look at news. Unemployment, which has been steadily dropping, continued to do so last month in Virginia, but locally the news was not so good. Bill Logan reports.
The numbers are deceiving, as numbers sometimes are. In Harrisonburg, Bill Logan, TV3 Action News.
Harrisonburg fire officials report no evidence of arson in Sunday's fire at Rockingham Memorial Hospital, but the cause of the fire is still not known. The fire gutted a third-floor storeroom and forced the evacuation of the maternity ward. No one was injured. No estimate of damage is yet available, but a $17,000 respirator was destroyed. Officials say smoke from melting plastic posed the greatest danger. And now stay tuned for more of Good Morning America. Good morning. Front Royal Police Sergeant Dennis Michael Smedley was gunned down as he left his apartment early Tuesday morning. One man has been arrested and charged with murder in the case, and the investigation is continuing. Front Royal Police have arrested 37-year-old Kenneth Allen Foster of Warren County and charged him with first-degree murder in the assassination of 28-year-old Front Royal Police Sergeant Dennis Smedley. Kenny Foster was ushered quickly into jail with hardly any time to get this shot. In case you couldn't pick him out, he stands about 6'2", has blonde hair and a muscular build.
For People, Places, and Games, I'm Les Smith.
When we come back, we'll munch out in Nelson County. Oh, food, it's one of my passions. Tonight we'll take a look at a certain restaurant in Central Virginia. The menu there isn't fancy, and it isn't French, and it isn't novel cuisine, but the food is good, and the restaurant is run almost entirely by students. Barry DeParma takes a look at a typical day at the Governor's Hideaway.
I'd like to tell you about...
Here at Nelson County High School, the Governor's Hideaway is tucked away in a ground floor wing. But probably after that, I'll have some coffee, too.
Now that I'm full, I think I need some exercise. When People, Places, and Games continues, we'll get some thrills at the rodeo. Stay with us. Welcome back to People, Places, and Games. On tonight's game segment, we take a look at one of America's oldest and not-so-tame sports. And as we don our cowboy hats, Mike Obaugh introduces us to some folks who live and play on the road with the rodeo.
Mamas, don't let your sons grow up to be cowboys.
Well, that's it for our May edition of People, Places, and Games. I'm Connie Billmeyer, and I hope you can join us next month. That's the first Tuesday in June at 7 p.m. for our next edition of People, Places, and Games. We'll be seeing you around the corral.
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living, barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving, just use your mind.
Many people these days wouldn't mind having a 9-to-5 job, or a 3 to 11 job, or any job at all. In Shenandoah County, a volunteer program called JOBS, which stands for Job